Greetings, fellow nerds. Welcome to another MTGA NerdPhil video where we are playing some Magic the Gathering standard ranked, climbing up the ladder with some fun, wacky, awesome decks. This week we are focused on certain variants that are very popular and we're making some upgrades. So if you're interested in seeing how you can upgrade a deck that you've been probably playing in the standard rank ladder, be sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you have an easier time finding them in the future. And so you can also participate in fan submission Fridays where you just submit a deck that you would like me to play every Friday. You just drop an Aether Hub link and ask if I can make some arrangements or you like to play it as is. But it is an awesome way to get your deck featured on this channel. And again, all it does is just click those buttons down below. So with that being said, today we are playing a very popular archetype that I've been kind of fiddling around with the numbers a little bit and seeing if we could do some cool things, and that is Golgari Elves. And this is probably a deck that some of you have played in the beginning, some of you are probably still playing, and I thought, maybe there's a way for us to upgrade the deck so that we can consistently play it without being too hosed in the standard rank ladder. So let me show you what we're working with. So we have our Jaspera Sentinel. I have it as 3, not a full set because it's great early on, but I don't want to be drawing too late in the game. Great way to ramp as well with the creature. 4 Heartless X for the removal. One of my favorite removal spells. It's just great altogether. Scamfar Avenger to draw some cards if we get board wiped. And 3/1 is like pretty decent in this meta. And no one's really playing the Spikefield Hazard card as much, especially red deck, so it's pretty good. Elvish Warmaster, of course, for the amazing trigger and for the mana sink in the late game. 4 Sculptor of Winter, so we are playing snow-covered lands for the ramp, so a very, very good card here. 3 Llanowar Visionaries for the ramp, the draw, does a little bit of everything in this deck. Didn't want to play more than 3 because it doesn't have the greatest stats, so I don't want to play a full set because of that. 3 Heralds, of course, our guy leading the charge here. Because he's a legendary creature, I put myself to 3. And also to make room for other spells that we will be playing. So, 3 Tyvar. This card's just really good. The ultimate just wins you the game. I mean, I don't think I have to explain this. 3 Binding of the Old Gods, one of the best sagas we've ever seen to date. Does everything this deck wants. Stage 3 is fantastic for this deck because we actually play creature, so it's better in this deck than most control decks. I do like Herald Unites the Elves because we get some recursion. Step 2 is pretty good. Step 3 is amazing in a creature deck. So decided to put 3. And I actually did put Garruk. I've just appreciated how good Garruk is in a lot of situations when he resolves. And he's really good actually with the emblem because now our elves are huge all of a sudden. So yeah, I actually really like Garruk. We got some Agadeem's Awakening for recursion, 2 Castle Lockwains, 6 Snow-Covered Swamps, 7 Snow-Covered Forest, 3 Pathways, and 3 Fabled Passage. So let's bring this in to the standard ranked, and you'll also see some awesome decks. I've been fiddling around with green-white enchantments again. I'm gonna bring back Mardu Knights, one of my favorite archetypes. I'm bring Selesnya Cats, and again, left room for some fan submission decks. So be sure to, again, just drop an Aether Hub link. And the description will also have a list of the decks I've been playing in standard ranked. Last week was interesting. I went full troll. This time is a little bit more just unique take on a popular deck. So we are going to keep this. I'll probably end up playing the Agadeem's Awakening tapped. Just because we're far away from triple black and not really recurring anything, and I like to get my mana base set up. So let's see. Looks like we're playing against some sort of red deck. Involves red because of the Chandra, but that might not be necessarily an indicator. Love that I have 2 Binding the Old Gods, so if they play a creature, I'll probably just smack that down right away instead of Herald, just to get some removal in. Ooh, looks like a Bloodchief Thirst coming in though. He hovered, he still has something to do. And that's okay because I've already got my mana base set up, so and once the Herald resolves, I'll have gotten the value. Double Herald. That's actually not too bad against a control deck. Alright, we're getting all 3 of our Heralds out. It's actually, I don't know if I like that, to be quite honest, but it'll be nice to kind of recur some things. And I did choose that over the Sentinel because the Sentinels, we already have our mana base And the Sentinel is not really going to help us out here. So, okay. Okay, so I could play Binding of the Old Gods on the Banishing Light, but I'm not going to do that. Just because I already have another Herald. Elvish Warmaster's pretty good. So is the Avenger. I don't think they're playing white though, so... Oh, they are. I mean, but I don't know if... I don't think they're playing Doomscar. Sorry, that was... that was what I meant to say, because it's double white, and if they're going Mardu as well, if they're involving red... It might not be. Okay, they might. Now they have... they're 4-color control. Which is fine. Oh, okay, so they did foretell. Ah, okay, so that is probably the Doomscar. That being said, I would rather play the Visionary to get a card draw off of it, keep the War Master back, just to kind of prepare for the worst, I think. So let's get in for 3 here, and let's draw a card. I won't play the War Master. Yeah, we'll hold back. Tyvar Kell is also a great card to kind of play in after Doomscar. Because the opponent won't have anything afterwards. They'll be tapped out. So it's a good setup here. So being a little patient against control is pretty important. Even if they play like a Planeswalker and tap out, we have Binding of the Old Gods. So, oh, okay, they went for the Glass Casket. Not bad. It's a pretty good card from the opponent. So they're holding on to the Doomscar, which is pretty smart of them, not gonna lie. But again, we have Binding of the Old Gods to get our creatures back. And we have our other Herald anyway, so all in all, we're actually not doing too bad. And he's still debating if he wants to do something about the Visionary. So he has something in hand, and that's important. Heartless Act not going to be super useful here. So I'm actually going to attack here, kind of just bait out something. See if I can just bait it out. I know it's tempting to +1, make it a little bigger, but I'd rather be a little bit more patient. Okay. Now, the next step is to think about if he has a control card, counterspell. What do I want him to counter? You know, I don't mind if Binding of the Old Gods gets countered, because I'm just getting a Herald back more than anything. Okay, so he lets me have the Herald. I'll get the Herald trigger, which is awesome. And even if he Doomscars, again, we're putting ourselves in a position of we've gotten our value, and we'll get our value from the Binding of the Old Gods as well. Could be another War Master. I'm gonna go with Visionary because of the card draw. So card draw against control is super important because you want to keep yourself at a pace, especially as a creature deck. Here we go. Yep. So now the next question is, does he... I think this is an Omen of the Seas. Oh, it's another Doomscar. Okay, it's actually perfect. So we get some ramp here. And yeah, let's... So that's another Doomscar for sure. So the counter to that is a Planeswalker. I'm actually going to zero. It's tempting to do the +1, try to get him to the ult, but pressure is very important against control. So getting him to use as many spells as he can in a non-impactful way is super important. So I'm just going to go for that. And even if this guy dies, I have Herald Unites the Elf to get him back. And hopefully we'll have a board by then as well. Heartless Act is a bit of a dead card, but that's okay. The more I try and... Okay, perfect. Perfect. So we got our value from Herald. Stage 3 isn't as important here, but let's go ahead and attack. I'm gonna do this first. So I'm gonna get Tyvar back. So I'm gonna try and apply some pressure. So I have 4 mana up. I could Binding of the Old Gods once again. So that's a Doomscar and 2 other cards. I don't think it's a Yorion because he's not playing Yorion as a companion. Well, let's do the play of replacement and get the Visionary out. Okay, perfect. So I'm probably going to end up playing the War Master next, and then the Herald. So kept on top. That's not a great sign for us, but it's not the worst sign either. I think he's going to be tempted to Doomscar here. Oh, okay, this is perfect actually. This really worked out for us because Binding of the Old Gods will destroy the Shark Typhoon. So that really worked out for us. Okay, I need you to move so I click on. That would have been so bad if I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, yeah, we're looking really good, guys. Now, keep in mind, we still have the Doomscar to worry about. So, I'm gonna plus here. I'm just gonna go for the token. Doesn't really matter. Let's just play the Avenger and get some card draw. So I'm gonna hold back the War Master once again because I'm pretty sure that's a Doomscar, so I can at least draw 2 cards, which is good. Ooh, trigger, not bad. Oh, it's a Behold the Multiverse. Okay, so I got a little tricked here, but it's fine because we have Heartless Act. Again, Heartless Act over Eliminate in my opinion, but do with that what you will. I'm not here to judge, but we have this. This game is ours. We beat Control pretty handedly, honestly. It's just about playing smart. It's just about playing smart. I know we could have maybe had a bigger board with the War Master, but I think it's totally okay. So before that happens, I'm just going to do this. Yeah, and they don't get anything back, so it really doesn't matter. Plus here, and we win. All right. Woo! Beat Control very handedly. Yeah, it's just this deck. The Visionary is important because of the card replacement, and so is Herald. But I don't. Again, playing a full set is not necessary in a best of 1. Maybe in a best of 3, it's a little different story. But the best of 1, certainly, I don't think you need a 4 of. And I think leaving space for the Garruk just gives you a little bit more flexibility. So, 1 victory down the bag. That's a little bit longer than I would have liked, but. That's okay. Control players, you always have to be a little bit err on the cautious side and then decide when the risk comes in. So, or, you know, like when to make the risky play. But as you can see, the card replacement is super important because we actually had more cards than the control player, which is insane if you think about it. And again, Herald Unites the Elf is pretty good just because it, gives you Tyvar back, which I mean that's why I use it. I don't really use it to get like an elf back, to be quite honest. Getting a planeswalker back is really good. Oh, we're playing against a mutate deck. Oh yikes, this is actually kind of scary because I don't have any removal spells. So this could actually be pretty dangerous. It's like to go with the ramp first, just to give myself as much mana as possible early on. Oh, is this mono blue ramp? Okay, so this is the octopus. Ugh, this is rough. I'm gonna have to take the hit, sadly, but that's okay. Yeah, get the card draw. Not the biggest deal in the world. So I could double War Master. I just don't know if that's really what I want to do. I think finding the card draw is important, and I can double block if need be. Alright, we'll pass. I don't mind trading because we have 4 mana, and that's really all we need to kind of get going. Are they going to attack? If they do, then this is hard without removal spells. I'm going to go for it, mainly because I don't want them to draw again, and I'll kind of make them use something now. The earlier you get them to use something, the better, in my opinion. So I'm hoping for a Binding of the Old Gods. That'll really put them back. So they're definitely thinking about it, which is fine. You know, 2 for 1, you know, or 2 for 0 is actually not too bad. Certainly not the best. Oh, they're foretelling something at instant speed? I didn't even know you could do that, to be honest. It's kind of crazy. Okay. I don't need that much mana, so let's just attack. I think they missed a land drop. Let's just double War Master here. Yeah. Going wide, pretty good here. I need to get to 7 mana as well to activate him, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay, wait, this is actually tough. I'll give you those two. They usually go for the 2. So if they go for the shark, that would be... Oh, wow, they went for the shark? Okay, that's actually fine. What's visionary? That was pretty good. I think we got black here. Just for Aghanim's Awakening, just in case. Okay, and... Sure, let me talk with everybody. Is he a human? Yeah, it's a human. That's kind of weird to put in, but I ain't gonna judge. Do they have damnation? Or, sorry, extinction event. And damnation is not standard illegal, guys. Oh gosh, it's been a long day. I will risk it. I think it's okay to risk it, just because we have enough mana to activate one of the War Master's abilities, and I think that's worth it. I could be very wrong, though. This could come back to bite me so badly. So, fingers crossed. And they foretelled something. I don't know what they foretelled. I don't know a foretell mutate card. I don't think it exists, if anything. So, okay. So I need to make sure I have enough mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. So I can attack with everyone except 1. So that's what I'm gonna do. It should be okay because we've already declared the attackers. And we have 2 War Masters out, so it doesn't matter. Sure. I think we have this. Sure, you can resolve that. I'll wait for the resolve before I activate. Because I think the War Master needs to be on the field for something to resolve, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, perfect. Oh, I should have waited for blocks. I got a little hasty, guys. My bad. My bad. That was a mistake. But I think we win. 3, 6, 9. Yeah, we win. They only have 2 blockers. So even though I made a mistake, we had enough creatures to go wide with. So I kind of got a little lucky there, not gonna lie. Yeah, he was like, he didn't have 7 mana. I was like, I did. I just calculated and counted correctly. I took a misstep here that could have cost me the game if, you know, it didn't matter as much, but we should be okay. And that will be that. So Golgari Elves, very good. You just need to find the right balance, especially in a best of 1. Best of 1 is probably the hardest because of that balance. Oh, good on them for not blocking. I guess I respect that. Letting me have my fun. Alright, move to plat 3. And I move up and down just so you guys know, because I have to test these decks, so you know, you might see me, you know, go up and down just between recordings, but I always test run decks before I officially start recording. So I feel like that's a good stopping point. It shows you how good this deck is against control and also a creature type deck. Although I guess Mutate is a little bit, he played a little bit more on the control-y side, but yeah, I think that's a great way to just showcase Golgari Elves at I would say like at one of their fullest potentials if you just know how to mix match the numbers, give yourself a little flexibility with Garruk. We didn't even need the Garruk, but having him as a Planeswalker and Tarvarkel just helps you with board wipes and Blood Chief's Thirst. They'll have to spend more mana, so it's just great overall. So if you enjoyed that and you're looking to play Golgari Elves, again, be sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, notification bell, all that stuff. And please, 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 if you have a deck you'd love to submit for a fan submission Friday, would love to see that in an Aether Hub link. Just comment down below. And right now, up top, YouTube is showing a video of my most recent upload, so go ahead and check that out. And right below that is a video that YouTube thinks you specifically will like. So what are you waiting for? Check one of those videos out, explore the channel. If you're new, explore what I've been playing before. And I'm super excited to showcase. Honestly, these are my favorite decks are coming up this week, so I'm really excited to showcase that, you guys. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you for your next NerdPhil.